So I take this, I go from about my ears right here, and I pull up halfway. And so I have a nice 2 sections here. And then I take a rubber band, or you can use a clip, whatever you want to use, and I just put it in a top knot to keep all that hair out of the way. So I'm using a 1-inch Conair curling iron. This thing's like $10 at Target, for real. What in the world is going on here? Anyways, so I comb through my hair to make sure that there's no kinds of tangles or anything like that. And then I take sections, and it'll depend on how thick you want the curls to be. I have frizzy ends because I have naturally curly hair. So I just take the curling iron and run it down a couple of times before starting the curl. And then I start, and then about not quite halfway, I start curling. And notice I'm leaving these ends out right here. So you leave these ends out, and the pieces close to your face, you want to curl away from your face and then alternate, curling away, curling towards. This keeps the curls from sticking together. And you get a funky little curl like that. Obviously I shake my hair out, I don't leave it like that. And then I section off another piece, and I do the same thing, but this time I'm going in the opposite direction. Leave a little bit out and curl up. And then I do that all the way around. Alright, so I'm finishing up this last piece. I went ahead and did some others in this section, and then I'll show you what I do after this. Alright, so I don't shake it out just yet. I take a little clamp that I have right here, and I pull this hair back. You gotta be careful because some of the hair is still hot and you don't want to ruin the curl. Then I take down the leftover hair up here, whoop, and I do about the same thing, except for instead of parting off at my ears, I go a little bit up where my temples are, and I part off that top piece of hair. And I do the same thing. Top knot, keep that hair out of the way. Okay, and then I do the same thing. And so my section here, I go from the top of my ear and I pull up about an inch, inch and a half. And I do the same thing. You need to flatten this hair out. It's a whole lot easier when you can only use one tool instead of using a bunch of different straighteners and curling irons and stuff. Notice I'm not curling all the way up. There's still some hair here that's not being curled. This is for like a beachy wave type look. Leave some hair out and curl up. Okay, I'm still not shaking it out just yet, but I'm going to take out that clip that was holding the rest of that hair, and I'm pulling all of this back. Now we're going to get into a little bit of the harder side. This is our top hair. And I part down the side, but this works really well if you have a middle part. I just look really, really goofy with the middle part. So I'm going to comb that out. And then I always end up with a lot more hair on this side because I do have a side part, and we'll handle that in just a second. But first, let's get this out of the way. I try to gather any hair that was not curled, and that can be done really easily by raking your fingers back and just pulling anything forward. So this wasn't curled yet. And then, like I said, these pieces, especially on this top hair, you want to curl the pieces towards your face or away from your face that are closest to your face. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then all I have left on this side is this piece right here. Alright, so now we're going to get onto this side, and believe it or not, we have this section of hair again. So we have all of this going on. Well, I do. I keep saying we. I don't know if you do or not. And I go halfway through and I just section it off. So I have two sections here. And you guessed it. Top knot it is. Here's where I look like an Amish person with hair curled close to my face. The rest of it's pulled back. So I have a little section of hair here, and this is about 2 curls worth. And while I'm waiting, I'll go ahead and take down this hair because I'm going to pull it all back just one more time. And notice I'm not like gathering it together and putting it together. I'm literally just taking the clip and pulling side pieces, and it just pulls all the hair together. Alright, so now we have this side piece going on. Side piece. I part it again and I flip that hair over. And again, this is about 2 curls worth. So I'll go ahead and knock this out. There's a piece of a curl already done, but that's okay. Really loose curls, nothing too crazy. Pull the hair over that I haven't done yet. And from now on, I'm just sectioning little pieces. And then you notice I have some bangs here, and I'll show you what I do with those in just a sec. Okay, so these bangs, I don't want to curl them like I've curled the rest of my hair. But I do want them wavy because they'll look kind of funny if I just leave them hanging. So I do a slight curl away from the face. Alright? And this should be the last couple of sections. And while I'm waiting for that to curl, I'll find the rest of my bangs I have by just lifting the long pieces and shaking it, and then all the short pieces fall out. And then I have these bangs left, and then we'll be done. Alright, so I'm taking these bangs right here and I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to smooth them out from as far down as I can get it without burning myself. And I'm just curling the ends to tame them down, and then I do a slight curl. Alright, now the fun part. Unclip your hair and just run your fingers through it. And then my hair was in a bun for half the day, so it's a little flat. So what I use is the Not Your Mother's, I think it's called Double Take Dry Finish Texture Spray. It's a 2-in-1. It's to give you a tasseled look and to give you volume and hold. So I flip my hair over to where I can see somewhat of a part. And then I shake the bottle really well and hold it a little bit away from my face and spray that down. I don't rub it in just yet, but I let it set in. And then I do the same thing on this side. So I find a part, shake the bottle really well, and then I do the same in the middle. And for the back middle, I just take pieces. I don't know what I'm sectioning. I just take a piece about like that. I feel for the part. And it goes like that. All right, now my sides have dried, so I can run my fingers through it and scratch your head. You notice how much more volume that's giving? And then I do the same in the back. No teasing required. Just gives your hair a little bit of extra oomph. And then I like to break apart these pieces up here at the front. And there we have it.